All right, so let's turn our focus to the White House, where President Donald Trump is also expected to have a big week, starting today, making a huge medical announcement. So let's talk about this. Live to the White House now, and CBS News White House reporter Willie James Inman. What is he expected to say?
Hey there, Reed. Good to be with you on this Monday morning. Well, President Trump is expected to make a major health-related announcement. Now, remember, the president put forward this initiative, Make America Healthy Again. Of course, the Health and Human Services Secretary, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., is a major part of that. And in this announcement, the White House is expected to link Tylenol usage for pregnant women to autism. Now, we don't know the specific details about how they're going to draw this link, but we do have some sound from Dr. Celine Gounder, who discussed this issue earlier. Take a listen to what she said.
When the announcement is made today, we should be looking at who is behind the research supporting this. What we've seen is a playbook for vaccines, the Association supposed of Vaccines and Autism, and it's started out with MMR and autism, then later it was thimerosal, which is used as a preservative in vaccines, then it was aluminum in vaccines. Do we see that same playbook to tie Tylenol to autism again?
So is there some kind of data that they're basing this on, this claim?
Well, that's what remains to be seen, is what is this data? In terms of what is in the published science, that does not support what they're claiming.
Now, it's important to reaffirm what the doctor said there. How did they draw this conclusion, and what data are they using to draw it? Now, the maker of Tylenol, Kenvue, has disputed findings linking Tylenol usage for pregnant women to autism. Now, we can also note, according to the Washington Post, that first reported this over the weekend, that the administration is going to not only warn women against using Tylenol in pregnancy, but only to do so if they have a fever, Read.
All right, and so a lot of parents paying attention closely to this, follow the data, follow the science, much more to come today. Let's set that aside and talk about what could really rock the landscape of business and tech in our country, and that's, of course, TikTok. What are the headlines this morning as we start a new week?
Yeah, well, we continue to get more details about the makings of this deal that the president essentially said was final on Friday after that conversation, that nearly 2-hour conversation with President Xi of China, where the president said following that the Chinese had essentially approved this deal, and White House officials continue to say so. Now, the press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, said over the weekend that the U.S. version of TikTok holding this company, the Americans holding this company, the investors, I should say, it will be comprised of a board of 7 members. 6 of those members will be American. The seventh, it's unclear what the nationality of that person will be. In fact, I asked the president that over the weekend. He said more details will come. But officials teased more information about this deal, saying that U.S. operations will be rolled into a new joint venture, an American joint venture. David Ellison of Oracle, the tech billionaire, will essentially control the security of TikTok, and its lucrative algorithm will be controlled by that U.S. joint venture. And senior White House officials say, and I'm quoting here, they said, we feel 100% confident that this deal will be approved and has been approved, of course, by the Chinese. So one of the major things that the president will do in terms of moving this deal forward is sign an executive order later this week saying that this deal meets the terms of the U.S. national security review. Of course, there was immense concern about how the Chinese could potentially hold on to Americans' data. That is what is at stake here. The president had continued to kick the can down the road in terms of a TikTok ban, keeping the app afloat until a deal was made, and the White House previewing that we could potentially see the final deal come this week, Reed.
All right, Willie James Inman from the White House, tracking big headlines as we all set the table for what's going to be another big week. Thank you so much.